today we have none other than 051 Zeko, 051 Zeko, 051 Zeko. And I would be remiss if I didn't say RIP to 051 Zeko. Alright, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, and thumb up the video. It helps get my video out there to others. I appreciate everyone. Let's jump right into this. Alright, we have a case supplementary report. This is a progress violent scene, a homicide and a first-degree murder. The date of occurrence is September 27th, 2008, 12:50 hours. The date this was submitted was September 30th, 2008, 09:23 hours. This is a field investigation progress violent scene report. Victims: Walker Isaiah, male, black, 18. Suspects: Outlaw Romel, male, black, 18, 6'3", black hair, brown eyes, dark brown complexion. Second suspect: Walter Aki, male, black, 18. Description: 6'2", 170 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, medium complexion. Alright, and we have motive codes, gangs, cause codes, DNA, method code, person shot. Alright, we have an investigation here. We have a victim listed, male, 118, Isaiah Walker. Wanted: a Walton Aki, male, 118, date of birth year 90. He's 6'2" tall, 170 pounds, brown eyes, black eyes, medium complexion. Gang affiliation undetermined at this time. Wearing a blue-red baseball cap with a red P worn backwards. Red TSS t-shirt with white writing on front, blue jeans, armed with a small blue steel handgun. Number 2, Outlaw Romel. 6'3", 160 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, dark brown complexion. Alright. Injuries: gunshot wound to chest and back, fatal. Weapon: small caliber, blue steel handgun. Location was a McDonald's parking lot. Manner and motive is a victim and offenders have brief verbal altercation. Offender produces small caliber blue steel handgun and fires approximately 2 to 3 times. Victim is struck. Offenders flee northbound on Cottage Grove / dispute over gang affiliations. Family notification: mother was notified. Evidence inventoried. We have notifications. We have a canvass that took place at one Pappy's liquor store. Doesn't hear anything during the canvass, someone said. There's an investigation here. On September 27, 2008, reporting detectives were assigned to investigate an aggravated battery with a firearm at 47th and Cottage Grove in the McDonald's parking lot, with the victim, Walker Isaiah, being transported to Northwestern Hospital. Reporting detectives proceeded to the crime scene and found yellow plastic police tape cordoning off the east parking lot of McDonald's and red plastic tape cordoning off the inner perimeter of the parking lot. The area around the crime scene consists of commercial and small businesses. Reporting detectives observed vehicles parked in the parking lot facing to the east, also Walker's white t-shirt, McDonald's food, beverages, and paper wrapping sprawled on the ground between 2 of the vehicles. Reporting detectives also observed a bullet fragment a short distance away from the vehicle bearing Illinois license plate redacted. The crime scene lab requested and BT 9680 and 9601 responded and photographed the scene. Reporting detectives were informed by police officer Haywood, working BT 222, that the witness, redacted security officer for McDonald's, related that there was a disturbance with a crowd in the parking lot. Redacted observed a male black teen wearing a blue and red baseball cap worn backwards and a red t-shirt, produce a steel handgun and fire it 3 to 4 times, striking the victim about the body. Offender then fled northbound from location on Cottage Grove. Redacted gave chase for a while, then called 911. Also during the time, police officer Jones, redacted working BT-2123 was waved down by an unknown citizen who informed her of the shooting and pointed to the fleeing offender. Officer Jones observed the offender as he fled eastbound on 46th Street and turning northbound through the alley. Officer Jones pursued offender until the offender was out of sight. Officer Jones gave an immediate flash message through OEC. CFD ambulance number 38 arrived on scene and transported Walker to Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Detective A. Padilla interviewed Redacted, who related the same facts in the case report, but not verbatim. Redacted stated a verbal argument occurred in the inside the McDonald's and then outside in the east parking lot between Walker and his friends and the offender and his friends. Redacted told the group to disperse and they continued arguing. Redacted observed a male 115 to 20, 5 feet 11, 145 to 155 pounds, medium complexion, red t-shirt, blue jeans, and a blue and red baseball cap worn backwards pull a black gun out and shoot 3 to 4 times at Walker while he was standing in the lot and when Walker fell to the ground. The offender ran to Cottage northbound to 46th Street to the post office and then turns eastbound and then out of view. Redacted calls 911. Reporting detectives interviewed police officer Jones, who stated that she was at the corner of Cottage Grove and 46 when a male 145 to 55 driving a cream-colored Cadillac cut her off, jumped out of his vehicle, and ran up to the officer Jones and pointed to the offender who was walking northbound on Cottage Grove and stated, "That guy right there just shot somebody in the McDonald's parking lot." Officer Jones asked the guy in the red t-shirt and he stated, "Yeah, that's the guy," and pointed at the offender. The offender looked in their direction and observed the unknown witness point at him and ran eastbound from Cottage Grove at 46 to the alley and northbound through the alley. Officer Jones pursued the offender Officer Jones pursued offender but made good on his escape. Reporting detectives interviewed Redacted, McDonald's employee, who related that he observed a male one wearing a red t-shirt with a picture on the front and blue jeans with a big shiny handgun shoot Walker and run northbound on Cottage Grove from location. Redacted stated he heard about 3 shots, but he did not see the offender's face. Reporting detectives interviewed Redacted, who related that she was in the McDonald's drive-thru when she observed a male one wearing a red t-shirt fire a black handgun 3 times and then observed a male one with a white t-shirt fall to the ground. Redacted observed this through the back window of her car. Detective Puzlani interviewed Redacted, who related he and Redacted are at the barbershop at 47th and Drexel when Walker calls on the phone and states he is at the McDonald's. Redacted and Redacted go to the McDonald's and after getting their food, walk outside and into the parking lot. The offender is arguing with Walker and when the offender pulls out a gun and shoots Walker 2 times. The offender then runs northbound on Cottage and crosses over to the east side of Cottage Grove. Redacted stated he knows offender as Keith Aki, male 117 to 18, 6 feet 1, skinny, light complexion, black braids, mustache, red t-shirt, and jeans. Redacted also stated Keith was with Romel Outlaw, male 117 through 18, 6 feet to 6 feet 1, skinny, dark complexion, twisties, white t-shirt, blue pair of Timberland blue boots. Redacted relates the same facts as Redacted, but not verbatim. When he left school, Kenwood Walker called him to meet at the barbershop. He went to the McDonald's, got food, and when leaving McDonald's, Walker walked off and talked to someone. He heard 2 shots. Redacted ducks down and gets up and observes Walker shot and then sees two male blacks running. Detective G. Turner had Redacted sign a photo lineup form and view a photo lineup but was unsure of the photos shown. Reporting detectives retrieved a video from the manager of McDonald's that captures the shooting in the parking lot. Reporting detectives proceeded to the alley at Redacted 46th Street. At the scene, the offender's blue and red baseball cap was recovered. BT 9601 was summoned. The area around the baseball cap was photographed, and the baseball cap was recovered. Detective Stanek, relocated to Northwestern Hospital, was informed by Dr. Malik that Walker was in critical condition and is in surgery. Dr. Malik also related that Walker has a gunshot wound to the left side of the chest and a gunshot wound to the left back. Detective Stanek interviewed redacted mother of Walker at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, who related that her son goes to school in Clinton, Iowa at Ashton College, and he came home on September 26, 2008. She could offer no further information. Reporting detectives toured the area and found CPD pod number 453 near the area and requested the retrieval of its contents. Reporting detectives returned to Area 1 Detective Division and observed investigative alerts on both Walton and Outlaw. Reporting detectives submitted the recovered evidence to the ISP lab for analysis. On September 28, 2008, reporting detectives were notified by Northwestern Memorial Hospital that the Isaiah Walker has expired and was pronounced at 10:07 hours by Dr. Issa. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office was notified, and Medical Examiner number 452, September 8th, was assigned to this investigation by IMV redacted. The remains were authorized to be removed to the Medical Examiner's Office. On September 29, 2008, AM examination was performed on the remains of Isaiah Walker, and Dr. Segovia determined the cause of death was due to multiple gunshot wounds and the motive was homicide. Reporting detectives requested this case is reclassified to first-degree homicide due to the findings of the medical examiner's office. This investigation continues. Submitted by detectives. We have another document here, a case supplementary morgue report. This document was submitted on October 6, 2008. And it lists the victim and the suspects, offenders. We have an investigation. Dr. Segovia performed an autopsy on the remains of Isaiah Walker and determined the cause and manner of death to be multiple gunshot wounds / homicide. All right, gunshot wound, external examination. Gunshot wound lodged upper left chest, grazed lower left back. Internal examination, 1 deformed small caliber copper-coated bullet recovered. All right, the next document we have is a cleared closed arrest and prosecution document, and the date this was submitted was July 3rd, 2009 at 09:1700 hours. We're scrolling down to get to an investigation. All right, and it lists the victims. In custody, they have A1 Walton Aki. Charges first-degree murder. Interviewed, and we have a narrative here. On June 3rd, 2019, reporting detectives were notified by the extradition unit that the wanted offender, Aki Walton, was arrested on the warrant reporting detectives had previously obtained. Walton was being held at Marion County Jail in Indianapolis, Indiana. Walton waived extradition and arrangements were made to transport Walton by auto to Chicago, Illinois. On June 10, 2009, at 1300 hours, reporting detectives and ASA MagSat interview redacted with his grandfather redacted at redacted's residence. Redacted related that he is an employee at McDonald's at 740 East 47th Street, and while he was cleaning up the parking lot at the McDonald's, he heard a number of gunshots. He could not see what had happened. At 16:25 hours, reporting detectives with ASA MagSat interview redacted at her residence. Miss Redacted related that she was at a bus stop at 47th Street and King Drive. Miss Redacted heard a number of gunshots and fell to the ground to avoid being struck by the gunfire. Miss did not see anything. On June 16, 2009, reporting detectives met with ASA MagSat of Felony Review proceeded to Marion County Jail. Reporting detectives met with Deputy Cornell and requested to interview Walton prior to the departure back to Chicago. Deputy Cornell informed Walton of reporting detectives' request and denied the request. Walton was prepared for Deputy Cornell for transport. At 13:45 hours, Walton was given his Miranda warnings and Walton was transported to Chicago. At 17:20 hours, reporting detectives arrived with Walton to Area 1 Detective Division. The ERI was activated and Walton was subsequently processed. At 1740 hours, Walton was given his Miranda warnings and, after acknowledging and understanding the warnings, refused to be interviewed. During his detainment at Area 1 Detective Division, Walton was given food and drink and was allowed to use the bathroom at his request. On June 17, 2009, 13:05 hours, Felony Review was contacted, and after reviewing the homicide file, approved charges of first-degree murder. The case was scheduled for court on June 18, 2009, at Branch 66. The ERI was deactivated, and Walton was taken to the custody of the 002nd District Lockup. Reporting detectives request this case is closed by arrest and prosecution. Submitted by Detective Bach and Detective Gerzab, Area 1 Detective Division. Alright, and it seems we have an incident report for the initial charge of the aggravated handgun battery. Awesome, and I believe that'll take us to the end of that document.